right. We are at the Hyatt Regency, London, the Churchill. One of my absolute favorite, by far the best Hyatt Regency in the world. But no question about it, I think it's branded wrong. But this is one of the ninth floor here, includes a ton of suites the whole way around. It's only a handful of regular rooms. I'm in 908 here, which is kind of the backyard type of stuff. So it's not really that enticing when it comes to the view and stuff, to say the least. But this is actually the Mac Daddy, what we saw up there. It's not, you might think here's the Churchill residence. This is what it's called. So it's like a long-term apartment or something like that. But the presidential's up here. I think those two. And this door right here also leads up to the Mac Daddy as well. It smells a little bit of smoke. The way that our friends from the Middle East that pays for the suites here for longer periods of time, they're obviously not here right now. They usually smoke and pay what it costs for them to smoke. I thought it doesn't smell. It's like very faint. Maybe they they were supposed to crack down on it. For those of you who did see the review of if you look back at the review at the Mayfair Hotel here in London, if you search for that on YouTube, you'll see it. But which it reeked, the whole hotel reeked of smoke the whole time I was there. The last time, it was not a good stay for many reasons, but that was mildly annoying. But here, before the pandemic, it used to. So the ninth floor is like the top floor here. And like I said, it's mostly suites. And if you pay, £5,000-6,000 a night, or $700, $7,500, $8,000 a night, and you stay here for a while, they might give you a little leverage that you can smoke a little bit. But it is a smoke-free hotel. I don't think that I didn't smell anything in the hallways like I did at the Mayfair. Okay, let's move on. So the Hyatt Regency, the Churchill, the ninth floor is where we're on. It's kind of the most exclusive floor. It's the one to stay on here. Usually the suites are a little bit higher up. I mean, they're not higher up, but as you can see, this railing is because there's a set of stairs that goes up to the presidential over there. So this is like the dog shit suite, if you will. They have some juniors. They've actually rebranded it. This is an upgrade from the standard suite. I just booked a normal room, a redemption, because I'm here on a personal stay. And it's $25,000, so category 6 per night, which is totally worth. The going rate tonight is about £550 for a standard room. And the prices in London have been crazy. They're starting to come down a little bit. I looked at the following week. It's the first time I see it under £300 here. So thankfully now it looks to be moving. So this is the Park Suite is like a junior now. And this is definitely not a junior because there's a separate door. But let's take a look at it and see what we got. So a little desk area with stationery and stuff. You've got the coffee station and one big bottle, which is extra. Usually in the suites, they have the more water, as you can see. You've got an espresso machine. I got Nespresso capsules down here. And some tea, some freeze-dried coffee, a tea set, very classy. You got a TV, a little sitting area, and yeah, a little dark and gloomy, but that's okay for a complimentary upgrade. You got the bedroom is really huge, big story here, and here you actually have that little thing. Well, not a stellar view, regardless, but really nice bedroom, luxury. Definitely 5-star. Should have been a Park Hyatt, even if the TV is a little crooked. And you see the waters on the nightstands. Typical sign of a luxury hotel, glass bottles. And then here, looks like there's another adjoining door. So you can have this whole, it's blocked off, but you can have the whole thing as an ongoing. So there's a room goes through here. I guess this could be like for in-laws or friends and whatnot, and in connection to the presidential on the other side. There's the bathroom, which has molten brown. Look at all the goodies, thankfully. Very cool. They've got the bergamota hand wash, and the body lotion is something else. So they do have conditioner, mouthwash, and I don't know what that is. African balanced face wash. Okay, so they have moved to the small containers, of course. It's pretty darn lame, because I like this where, giddy up. I spoke too soon. Molten browns is usually only in the suites here. I haven't stayed in a while. There's a couple of soaps, one here, one there. So that's cool. You got one for the shower and one for the sink if you want. There's a phone if you want to make a telephone call. And there is a throne. Man, this is perfect. So they haven't redone the rooms. It's been like a refresh of the rooms. I recognize the furniture and these walls and all this stuff. That's the kind of, this is the wood here. It's definitely not new. And let's see what they have, mini bar wise and that kind of stuff. Let's go in the closet here. This is a closet. It's got light. It's got their own robes. Really cool with the Churchill logo. It shouldn't be a Hyatt Regency. It should be something very much nicer than that, to be honest with you. We've got another one here. We got the safe. We got slippers. We got a brush and that kind of stuff. And also look at this. So you have a light switch there in case there's something, in case the sensors don't work. Iron board over there. See, it didn't turn itself off, so you have a switch here where you can actually turn it off, which is a beautiful thing, because it's annoying when it doesn't get dark in the room. All right, let's go out and see if we can locate that minibar. Must be here. There's, oh my goodness. You gotta be kidding me. No minibar. Wow, Hyatt. Que pasa? 5-star roll ice. That is not good. But, all right, let's talk a little bit about this place. So, Hyatt has had 2 hotels in the center of town for a long time. This used to be an Intercontinental back in the days. It then became a Hyatt maybe, it's a long time, 20 years ago maybe, as long as I've kind of been. I started staying at Hyatt's in like 2009, 2008, when was kind of the dates that I kind of started staying hardcore. And almost lifetime globalist. Now, working towards that, I'm like 75, 80% maybe, I think. And this was, I used to, when back in the days when I lived in Europe, I used to stay at the hotel that you can actually see behind there, the building behind. It used to be a SAS, Scandinavian Airlines used to own hotels like many airlines did back in the day. Used to stay next door, and it wasn't Intercontinental back then, back in the, one of my first jobs really, so in the 90s, late 90s something. And was there often. I stayed at that place. Then moved to the US and stayed here a lot when I liked Hyatt. So it was this hotel, and which was always a Hyatt Regency in Portman Square. It's like a 15-20 minute walk from Paddington Station. If you want to stretch your legs, you can also take an Uber. It's not really that convenient when it comes to tube stations and things like that. And when you're coming from Heathrow, usually what I do is to take the Elizabeth line now or the Heathrow Express if you get a low fare. It's convenient with that. And today I just, I stayed up by Paddington Station last night, so I elected to just take a walk over here instead of, I knew Uber was like 5 to 10 pounds, something like that. Not very expensive, so it was very, very close. So this was the game in town, and there's also the Andaz by Liverpool Street, which became a Hyatt more recently than this hotel. Of course, in the last 3 to 5 years, we have the small luxury collection of hotels, has a ton of hotels, and also they've opened a couple of Hyatt Regency, the Blackfriar, where you can also find a review on this channel, and also there's one, and I think it's called the Embankment, so it's kind of south of the river, past like Westminster, and kind of like south a little bit out of the way. Not in the sticks or anything, but it's a cheaper alternative than this. It's a Category 5. And this hotel has 2 lounges. That's kind of what sets it apart. You have one lounge that's for business use only, where kids are not allowed. And then you've got one family lounge, is what they call it, where anybody can go in. Of course, today I was waiting for my room to be ready. Which just like 15 minutes I sat there and waited. And of course, in the business lounge, in the middle of the day, it's not like 1:30, 2 o'clock now. There was an American sitting in the business lounge screaming on the phone on a conference call. Well, I have a product line, and I joined the team, and based in San Francisco. He was like literally across the lounge. But anyways, nothing you can do about that. But it's always annoying when that happens. But anyway, so the lounges have top of the line service. So in the middle of the day now, you only get like cookies and stuff. There were some yogurts and some other things. And of course, all sorts of drinks you can have. Not alcohol was not out. There's beer in the fridge. I think I haven't been here since before the pandemic. And there's also, coffee machine and all that kind of stuff in both lounges and things like that. When you are there in the evening, it's substantial stuff. They've got bubblies and liquor and all the things that you need. Of course, complimentary because you're outside of the U.S. And tons of food, good food, and the offerings are very nice in the club here, or at least it was before the pandemic. Like I said, I haven't stayed here since the pandemic. It's just been super expensive with 500 plus pounds a night, and that's just not in my budget for my company to pay that kind of money. But I see that the prices now are coming down, which is great news. I think this place is worth a little bit extra. They're a little stingy on the upgrades. I'm not going to lie to you. They've always been like that. They also have a new GM now who has a little bit of an attitude that's kind of responding to the guests snooty. The GM kind of goes in when there's a complaint. He goes in and looks at your history at the property and also other Hyatt properties. And I've seen a couple of people posting online of the responses from the GM. Of course, it might be opportunists who are complaining about everything to get free points or whatnot. Upgrades has always been a challenge here. When today I got here, and the way you do it, if you're Globalist, you're already on the club floor. The club is on the 2 clubs are on the 8th floor. So you come off the elevator, and one is to the right and the other is to the left. And there's also a counter where so when you come here as a Globalist, you just tell the security guy downstairs to say, hey, I am checking in on the club level. And then he will buzz you up in the elevator. He will use his card and get you up. You go to the 8th floor. You check in there. You don't have to stand in line. You sit down in a comfortable chair, and they take care of business for you, which is really cool. And the lady was like, well, I said, hey, I saw that you had given me an upgrade. Thank you so much for that. Mind I ask what room you got me in? And said, yeah, we've got you in a Club King. And I was like, okay, thank you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate it. I actually was looking at the website, and I saw that all the suites were available, and also the Park Suite. And I have a confirmed upgrade that's expiring at the end of February. Today is February 4th. 4th? Is it the 4th or is it the 5th? I don't remember. But she was like, no, let me check. And so I went in there. I said, she was like, yeah, your room's not ready, but I'll check on the suite also and see what we can do. So I went and sat down, and they gave me this, but it had to be prompted, which to me, I spent probably, probably 20 times more with Hyatt than I do with Hilton, because I got the diamond status because of a credit card, and I maybe have like 15, 20 nights paid a year with Hilton. But with Hyatt, it's much, 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 much more. And we also have a ton of events with Hyatt as well. So I thought it was kind of chuckles that they gave me a suite automatically over there at the other place. And here I had to kind of twist the arms a little bit. It should have happened. I looked at the website and they had this suite, which I think is a one bedroom. I think this is like a Park executive suite. No, not Park, Hyatt Regency executive or something like that. The Park suite looks like the normal, the junior suites that they used to have before. There were some junior here, and this is what you used to be upgraded to with this confirmed suite upgrade. But now they made the juniors over to the Park suite, so they put all of the other people they put in the confirmed suite upgrades and upgrades they put in those. I think that because I was really nice, I missed this place, and I wasn't being nice to get a suite. I don't care because I'm staying here tonight, and tomorrow I'll be leaving, starting my business tomorrow here in London, and so that's why. Actually, I've got a meeting this afternoon, but still, real business starts tomorrow, and so I'm going to be heading out from here in the morning. So it's not necessary. So I was being like, I really have some warm fuzzy feelings for this place. They've always treated me well, and usually I in the suite you kind of have to, if they have it, it just requires you to ask almost every time. And before the pandemic, I had a lot of paid stays here, but don't have that anymore because of the pricing has been a little bit nuts. Nevertheless, this is going to be great. I'm going to check the club lounge out a little bit later to do an update and do an updated video. I know it became a long one, this one. Sorry about that, but I wanted to give people the details. So it's definitely a great redemption in London with Hyatt with 25,000 points. Specifically in the summer when the prices, so the rates here are super high. And you should be able to get at least the junior, which gives you kind of a little bit of a nice rooms. On this 9th floor, they've got plenty of rooms. The ones that I showed you on the all of these right here have a balcony. And these 922 I've had multiple times. It's not it looks bigger. I guess it's the same size as this one, but it has a balcony on both sides. So the bedroom's over here, and then the living room is here. You come in the middle, and the bathroom's in the middle. And I like that suite a lot. 922 is actually my favorite for the regular ones before you start looking at the big ones. I've never gotten any upgraded past that, but that's like a executive, Regency executive balcony suite. I think it's what it's called. And, but all of these have balconies, all of these here. So if they give you a true upgrade, they will be able to do it. And the juniors are like over here, where I'm right here. I had to walk down here. The entrance is over here, and this way is kind of where it is. The juniors are here, and there's 2 rooms here on the other floors. So that's the juniors. I think all the juniors I've had are here. So that's where you would end up and it could be on any floor. 9th floor is very quiet. It's always very desirable if you're going to stay here. Okay, a lot of information. Hope it was helpful. I'm going to enjoy myself here for sure. This is Tommy Danielsen signing off, and enjoy your day.